Something very interesting happened last few days ago. Elon Musk, the guy who's mostly interested in space and Mars, was all of a sudden interested in Earth, and that too near home in India. Why? Because India's fertility rate dropped to 1.9 and it is now below the replacement level. Let's fully unearth this story. Let's dive in.
Let's keep the stats simple. Every couple needs roughly 2 children just to replace themselves. But since not every child survives to adulthood and some people never have kids, demographers say you need 2.1 children per woman on average to keep a population stable. That number is called the total fertility rate or TFR, and 2.1 is the break-even point. Above 2.1, population grows. Below 2.1, it eventually shrinks. India's TFR in the 2000s was 3.3. Now, for the first time ever, it's hit 1.9, confirmed by both the UN's Population Fund and India's own largest demographic survey.
Here's the thing though. A replacement level of 1.9 does not mean that we will start losing people from tomorrow. There's still a lot of momentum because we are 1.46 billion people. Decline is driven by a mix of progress and pressure. On the progress side, the women are now more educated, they are in workforce, the access to contraceptives is far better. The infant mortality rate has improved from 30 per thousand births in 2019 to 24 in 2024.
On the pressure side, raising a child in Mumbai, Gurgaon or Bengaluru is expensive. Housing, school fees, tuition, inflation, all these add up. Young couples are choosing to delay or skip having children altogether. Add digital lifestyles and delayed marriages and you've got a perfect demographic storm. All 3 factors are hitting India simultaneously right now.
Here's when it gets politically explosive. India is not one country when it comes to fertility.
Delhi's TFR of 1.2 is lower than Finland's. Bihar is still at 2.9. Southern states with better education and healthcare are far below replacement. Northern states are still well above it. This has real political consequences. Later this year, India will undergo delimitation, redrawing parliamentary seats based on population. Northern states will gain seats. Southern states, which actually followed government family planning advice, will lose representation. Many are calling it a demographic punishment for responsible development. So, is this good or bad? Honestly, both. The upsides: smaller families save more money, invest more per child, and women in the workforce boost the economy. Slower population growth also eases pressure on land, water, and environment. The downsides: an aging population means fewer workers supporting more elderly people. India's demographic dividend, that golden window where workers outnumber dependents, lasts only around 2055. After that, the workforce shrinks, and unlike Japan or South Korea, India has no robust pension system to fall back on. Now, what does 50 years look like? According to the UN's World Population Prospects 2024, India's population will keep growing due to momentum, peak around 2060 at roughly 1.7 billion, then start declining, about 12% below the peak. But there are 3 possible futures. 1. India capitalizes on its demographic dividend, builds social security and manages the aging transition smoothly. Population declines slowly and manageably. Honestly, the best thing to happen. Number 2. Jobs aren't created fast enough for today's youth. The demographic dividend is wasted. By 2060, an aging population strains an economy that never fully industrialized. Number 3. Urban India's TFR is already at 1.3. If urbanization accelerates and the north catches up to the southern fertility levels faster than expected, India could trend towards South Korea territory, where TFR is just 0.75, the lowest in the world. A much earlier, steeper population fall. Nobody can predict what's gonna happen in few years from now. But for sure, the decisions that we make today and the policies that government forms will influence our future to a large extent.
So boon or bane, or just a transition that needs to be managed effectively? Share this with someone who thinks that India's problem with the population is just that we are too many. And if you like such stories, do follow. See you in the next one.